OK, thanks, Rebecca. And returning now to breaking news out of Queensland, and two young boys who went missing in Townsville yesterday have at last been found in dense bushland. For the latest, we're joined by Clare Barnes. Clare, can you start off first? Tell us how the boys are doing.
Yeah, good evening, Sally. The boys are said to be in pretty good health, but very tired, hungry and dehydrated. They were found wandering in dense bushland at Mount Stewart around 2 o'clock this afternoon. They'll be taken to hospital for a checkup before spending tonight, no doubt, with their relieved loved ones.
At this stage, we're just happy that the children have been found. They're both safe, they're both well, and they'll get to spend the night tonight home in beds.
And Claire, the community really came together to help find these two boys.
Yeah, they did. It was a huge search today. There were 2 helicopters, more than 40 SES volunteers, 28 police officers and detectives, as well as members of the Defence Force. It's a close-knit community here in Woogaroo, and there were complete strangers out searching for these 2 young boys. There was even a man on horseback riding through rugged terrain to look for Timmy and Nicholas. They were last seen yesterday about a couple of hundred metres from their Townsville home, and then last night at around 8 o'clock, police found a tricycle and scooter belonging to the 2 young boys. Police then put the call out to locals to check their backyards and caravans or sheds for any trace of the young boys. But you can only imagine what the loved ones would be feeling tonight, the relief and no doubt grateful for the emergency services for the great work that they've done in finding these 2 young boys. Sally?
Yeah, it's certainly fantastic news. OK, thank you there, Clare. Clare Barnes there.
2 small boys are back with their families this morning after spending almost 24 hours lost in scrub near Townsville in Queensland. For the latest on this, we're joined by reporter Clare Barnes. Clare, good morning. This is a happy ending, thank God. Quite extraordinary. These 2 boys were unharmed.
Yeah, good morning, Sam and Koshi. 6-year-old Nicholas Baxter and 5-year-old Timmy Carter spent the night in hospital after their 24-hour ordeal. Now, they've been checked over by doctors, but apart from being dehydrated, they're said to be doing OK. The pair endured cold, wet and windy conditions after they wandered from their Townsville home on Saturday afternoon. Now, the boys weren't wearing any shoes, only one of them had a shirt on, and they didn't have any food or water. That sparked a massive search here yesterday involving helicopters, around 40 SES volunteers, 28 police officers and detectives, as well as members of the Defence Force. Woogaroo is a pretty tight-knit community, so there were also complete strangers who joined the large search for these 2 young boys. It was members of the Army who found the boys in bushland at Mount Stewart. You can only imagine today the relief the families would be feeling. Police will now speak with them just about why they wandered off as they rest up surrounded by loved ones. Guys?
Yeah, Claire, we don't know why they ran away, wandered off? A big adventure or...?
Not at this stage. I've just spoken to the hospital and they say the boys are still asleep and police are still waiting to speak to them again today. It's also not clear just how long they'll stay in hospital as well.
Oh, OK. All right, keep us posted on that. Thank you, Claire. Ahead on Sunrise.
2 boys aged just 5 and 6 have spent their night in hospital after surviving a night lost in bushland at Townsville over the weekend. Let's go live to Sunrise 7 News reporter Clare Barnes. Clare, how are they doing now?
Yeah, good morning, Nat. 6-year-old Nicholas Baxter and 5-year-old Timmy Carter have been checked over by doctors and apart from being dehydrated are said to be doing OK. Now, the 2 young boys endured cold, wet and windy conditions after they wandered from their Townsville home on Saturday afternoon. Now, the boys didn't have any shoes on. One of the boys wasn't wearing a shirt and they had no food or water. That sparked a massive search here involving helicopters, around 40 SES volunteers, police officers and detectives, as well as members of the Defence Force. Woogaroo is a pretty tight-knit community and there were also complete strangers who joined the search for these 2 young boys. Now, it's not clear how long they'll stay in hospital. Police do plan to talk to them just about why they wandered off as they rest up surrounded by loved ones. Nat?
Yes, just a few questions, I would say. Thanks very much, Clare.